Ready for the service. Can I look after the
so when you come up to read, it could be a leave it open for that's coming up next.
Hello everyone, my name is Jess. I am one of the move workers of LJY-Netzer, our wonderful youth organisation. I help run camps and come into Haydon and do lots of informal education throughout the year. So if you have any young people in your life from the ages of 8 up to 25 who might be interested in getting involved, we would absolutely love to see as many people as possible. So Karen has asked me if I could come and lead this service. It's going to be a very guitar-y, singy service. All of our participants today, most of them are going to do a reading at some point. We're starting on page 102 in the LJY-Netzer Siddur. We're going to start with Modeh Ani. And the version that we do in LJY, at the beginning it splits in two, and it has half of the group doing Mars and half of the group doing Dars. I'm told that some of you know this version. So if I split down the middle, and kids, if you help us, we want lots of ruach, we want lots of loudness, so we're going to be singing Mars and then the Dars, and then we go in to sing the tune. So. Stars, and we go da, 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 and then Mars, da, 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 which I have been told is definitely a tune that you all know, so I don't think many people knew the last tune I did, but that's okay. And you'll have to excuse me because some chords I'm not very good at. So I'm not the best guitar player in the world, but I can do the majority.
God, as we begin our service this Shabbat morning, help to find in this day rest and joy and bring us closer to you. This is a meaning of the Jewish Shabbat, to give human beings peaceful hours completely diverted from everyday life. Seclusion from the world in the midst of the world.
Amazing. And then we'll come to page 104. And how we do the miracles for each day in LJY is that someone will lead us in the Hebrew of just and then we will all say the English and the passage afterwards. So, for example, for eyes to see, for clothes to wear. So Judas is going to read the Hebrew for us, and then we're all going to say the English.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for eyes to see. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for clothes to wear. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for the joy of freedom. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for the power to rise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for providing for all our needs. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for daily renewing our strength. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for the blessing of sleep and the privilege of waking to a new day.
Thank you. And page 106, we're going to sing Mizmor Shir.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm, grow tall like the cedar of Lebanon. planted in the house of the Eternal One. They shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall still bear fruit in the old age. They shall ever be fresh and green, proclaiming that God is just, my rock in whom there is no flaw.
Thank you, God, for having me awakened to become a witness to the flaming of the sun. Someone gently shook me from my bed as I was somewhere in a dream of visiting Jerusalem again. And I walked still half asleep to watch the city shake its dusty head awake. Wrapped in a royal cape of orange and swirling mist, from my lookout on the roof, I saw the Israeli flag wave in the distant wind. Bathed in a cloudy red of early morning sunshine, how the panorama called to mind. A poet with burning hair rising at this hour to sing paslams for the very ears of God. And I was full alive above the New Jerusalem. My God, the sun beyond the hills of Mount a million miles away.
We have another reader for the next bit, right?
No. Oh.
Now 109.
God surely knows our thoughts and desires. What need is there therefore to give expression to them? This is quite true, and still the human soul yearns to give articulate expression for what is uppermost in its consciousness at any one time. Prayer does not affect God, but ourselves. In prayer, the divine within us asserts itself, seeks its union with the divine in the universe, and through that becomes ennobled and glorified. God needs none of our praises and supplications, but we feel impelled to pour out our hearts to God, and by doing this we come to be in greater harmony with our spiritual selves and with God, the spiritual element in the universe.
So we're going to move to Hallelujah on 110. And I don't know, when you guys sing Hallelujah here, do you sing all of the verses, or do you just sing the last one, Kol Shema?
Depends which tune we're using. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know several tunes, so any one.
Okay. So this tune is just the first line and the last line, if that's okay. And then maybe we can read through it if people would like to still say Hallelujah. No? Okay, so we'll just move to Kol Shema.
Yeah.
I'll start again, sorry about that. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. And we're now going to move on to the Shema. So in LJY, it's customary to let you choose whether you stay seated or standing, or to stay in the position that you're already in. So please feel free to stay standing. And then after the Shema, we are going to be led in Hebrew by Sam, and he's going to lead us through the Hebrew.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים אשר משבך רמבו לבבך, ושמתם פיך ותמתם
לכתך ולכתך בדרך, ובשורבך ובתומך ובקשתכם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
We have another reading.
Clear out your head. Distractions are like birds in the air. You cannot prevent them flying around you, but you can stop them nesting in your hair. Concentrate on what is important in your life, and you will have peace.
So we're now going to move to page 116, and we are going to sing Michamocha. I'm told that people know the Velvet, Wading in the Velvet Sea version.
Yes.
Is that right? Amazing. Oh yes, you please be seated.
Well,
the Amidah. So if everyone would please like to stand again. And the version that we do can either be, do you know the one with the English, eternal God, open up my lips, and I shall declare your praise, yeah? Okay, we will do that one. Just get to it. And then in LJY, it's customary to have this as prayer done silently or all together, whichever. Do people prefer to say the Amidah prayer to themselves or as a big group? As a group, as in like. Okay, great. So we'll do it all as a big group then. Okay. Do we have a reading here? No, all good. Okay, so we talk about God's might in the next part of the service, and so we're going to sing. Please be seated. I'm sorry. We're going to sing "Not by Might," which I am told that quite a few people know. I've just realised that there isn't words to it in here. There are. Okay, so on page 74 of the Shidron, I will just grab some join Page 74. in it, and the tune of the clapping is. Okay? Yeah, exactly. And so, I guess I will say clap for every time that we should clap, but also the guitar does the tuning of the clapping as well. Okay, so it's page 74, right? Yeah, perfect. So it's not by might, by Jennifer even. So we do clapping, we go. 22 in the Siddur, and we are going to sing the Shamru, unless I have missed out a reading.
No, the next reading is on 1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
Every day is precious. Every day there are things to enjoy, to learn, to do. But the seventh day is special. For 6 days we make things and use things. We write and count. We buy and sell. We work to earn our living, or we learn the skills we will need one day. But on the seventh day we rest. For 6 days we're too busy with other things. We do not have much time to think about what it means to be a Jew, to study our tradition, or to pray to God. But on the seventh day we have time. For 6 days we worry about things, about ourselves, our families, our country, our world. On the seventh day we forget our worries. It is a day of joy.
So we move to the last part of the LJY portion service, and I'll hand over me. I just want to say thank you very much for taking part. If you enjoyed, please speak to me afterwards. And we're going to go to page 126, and we're going to sing Yehuda Ratzon into O Say Shalom. Oh, have we?
On page 125.
I missed a reading, never mind. So sorry. Is it 125?
Yeah. Who's the last reading?
We've got one more reading. We started the table music.
We've started, so we'll finish.
When we thank God, stop and look around. Think about what we offer and King God for truly appreciating what we are saying. Thank you for is the only way to say thank you and really mean it.
Jess. It was brilliant. A big thank you to you for leading the Shabbat morning service with the LJY-Netzer spirit. So we have received a short video from the last camp you did, I think. So I put it on Kelly's Facebook page, but we'll make sure that this video will be circulated to anyone in the community. Because, you know, I was speaking with someone outside earlier, and she said that her daughter said she didn't want to go to any LJY-Netzer stage. I don't want to go there. And the mother said, go for a weekend. And she said, yeah, but I want to go at the end. I want to stay only one day. And then, you know, when she got there, she didn't want to leave anymore. So I really encourage you to really use LJY-Netzer as much as you want, because what you bring to the movement is just amazing. So thank you, Jess, and our thanks also to all your colleagues at LJY-Netzer. So now it's time for the Torah reading, and I will need your help, because I'm old and decrepit, so I need people to help me with opening the ark and dressing the scrolls, etc., etc. So who feels strong enough to hold the scroll? Okay. I think we can, two of you can do that. Okay. Jacob and Abby, and I need... oh, gosh. Yeah. No. I mean, okay, so Jacob and Rebecca. No? No? So you can undress the scroll, okay? You don't want to hold the scroll?
I'm saying I felt strong enough to do it.
You feel strong enough to hold? Perfect. I'm sure you are. You know, it's about will, huh? The power of the will. Okay, so undressing. I need someone else to... You want, so you guys, you're going to open the ark and you will help Jacob undress the scroll. Shall we do that? But remember, if you draw the scroll, Rebecca, we have to fast for 24 hours. So they will all hate you if you draw the scroll. But don't worry, I'll be next to you. Okay, so we're on page... 132, may I ask you to stand, please? And we sing together. Yes, so at the end you will help to dress the scroll after, okay? Al shlosha devarim, please come up. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, haolam, haolam, omen. Can you say the music? Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, haolam, haolam, omen. Okay, have a seat. Can you close the door? Wow. Now we need your help to unveil the scroll. She's really a strong woman, huh? Perfect, yes. Okay, and now not yet, because she's going to carry it to the lectern, and we don't want this to open. Okay. Wow. Yes, well done. Wow, gosh. Yes, I will call you later. Huh? Don't worry. Thank you for your help. Please be seated. Oh, she's really strong. Huh? I mean, I've heard that she's been fed on chocolate, so this hence the strength of. I'm just going to check where. I don't need Brian anymore. Okay, brilliant. So I have a question before we start. So today we are reading a passage from the last Torah portion of the book of Leviticus. A portion, it's a double portion. Sometimes we read two portions together. Sometimes you read one portion only, depending on how many months we have during a year. Because if you remember, I'm not going to ask you to recite all the Hebrew months, but sometimes we have 13 months and sometimes you have 12 months. Do you know why?
I think one of them might get another month, and then one of them might get we get another of itself, and it's I think it's Adar that gets it.
Adar, absolutely, you're right. So what happens? You know when is the beginning of the month? Do you know when? Which day? What do we use for the first day of the month? How do we calculate the first day of the month? Moon, yes. The new moon. And you know that the moon comes back every 28, 29 days, but then we have at the end of the year, because we count the year based on the sun, we have a difference of 13 days every year. Therefore, from time to time, we have to add a new month just to catch up. So the lunar year corresponds to the solar year. Is it clear? Oh, gosh, Josh is wow. So, it's all...
He makes itself again. It's called Adar something.
Yeah, good. So two portions, because we have 12 months this year. The last session of the book of Leviticus is called Bechukotai, in my command laws. It means. Now I have a question for you, Beiteinu. Do you think that actions have consequences? That what you do always has some consequences. What you say always has consequences. Do you think so? Yeah? Are you raise your hand or? Yeah. Okay, so. Sorry? To agree. Oh, to agree. Okay, so can you give me an example? Let's say. Okay. So the punishment is something, yeah. So if you do something bad, there's something bad coming back to you. It can be good or bad, absolutely. Eva?
Like, if you're just saying, oh, I like this colour. Like, if you're just saying that, that wouldn't really have an impact. You're just expressing yourself. It's not having a big impact. Like, if you just mess. It's having a big impact. Like, then you're just saying it again to a friend you know, in case they forgot. Then it wouldn't really have consequence.
Very good.
Or you could also go like, hey, I like la-di-da-di-da show. Like you could say, I like show. Like you could say like, I like example show. Like it wouldn't just to like if you're in an argument with a friend, it would have a big impact. You just got to think about when you say it, and like if you're in an argument with a friend, you might say it, but you might not say it because you're not making the argument voice. Like it depends. Like when you say something, like if you're saying, "Oh, I like this show," to a new kid at your school, then it's gonna have a big impact.
Yes.
If you're just reminding your friend, then it's not really gonna have a big impact.
So you said something very interesting. Some things that we state like, oh, I like this mantle. Yeah, you're right, doesn't have any impact. But if you say, oh, this mantle was very badly designed, it's really ugly, you may hurt the person who did it. Okay? So very good. Actions have consequences. So in other places we call it karma. So, something you send out comes back to you. And, this doesn't always happen, but it's very often the case. And there is one passage in the Torah that I'm going to read for you now, which says the following: if you follow my laws and observe my commandments, is God speaking, I will grant you rains in their season, so that the earth shall yield its produce, and the trees of the field their fruit. So if you obey to me, I will bring rain. Okay, kind of weird. I mean, sometimes it feels like punishment here. So, but that's the biblical mind was that. So your threshing shall overtake the vintage, and vintage, etc., etc. But there's a very interesting, probably the key. I will grant peace in the land, and you shall lie down untroubled by anyone. So if you do something good, the consequences will be positive, and you will be at peace with yourself. And I think that's what's very important. If you lie to someone, we all do this, sadly, but sometimes it's easier to lie than to tell the truth. You're always troubled, you're always a bit, maybe I shouldn't have said that. And, and you always get caught in a way or another. But if you're upfront and, this is what happened to me, then you have shalom, you have peace. So I'm going to ask you all, Beiteinu, to join me with the Torah blessing, which is on page 133. Thank you. So may I ask you to stand, please? So there's a way to sing it. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Leolam Vahed, Baruch Ata Adonai, Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim, V'natan Lanu et Torato, Baruch Ata Adonai, Noten HaTorah. Amen. Please be seated. Amen. Im bechukotay telechu, ואת מצוותיי תשמעו ועשיתם אותם, ונתתי גשמכם בעיתם, ונתתי הארץ יבולה, ועץ השדה ייתן פריו, והשיג לכם דיש את בציר, ובציר יציג את זכה, ואכלתם לחמכם לשובע, וישבתם לבטח בארצכם, ונתתי שלום בארץ, ושכבתם ואין מחדיר, והיא שבתי חיה רעה מן הארץ, וחרב לא תעבור בארצכם. So please stand for the blessing after the Torah reading. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. Amen. Okay, so I need again my strong Torah holder. We're not going to do the Akbar because it's a bit, it's like, but I will give it. Can I have, yes, if you can come here to dress the scroll again. Okay. You may sit, yeah, please. Yes. Okay. So we start with that. So that's the breastplate, in the Temple of Jerusalem, the priests always have this kind of nice jewelry on their chest, and they have stones, precious stones, etc. We need the yad first. Oh, sorry.
Where's the hat?
Yeah, it's hidden somewhere. Here you are. So you know how to put it? So it's not too long. Okay, so there's a way to do it so it's not too long. You do this first. No. Gosh, I can't remember now. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. So. Brilliant. Okay. So I will ask you to stand, please, and we're on page 135. Yes, stay with us, Jacob. Eternal God, whose dominion has embraced the universe, we ask your blessing for all the royal family, for those who govern our country, and all who influence the quality of its national life. Make them conscious of their responsibility and teach them to exercise it in accordance with your will. May we all help to fashion in this country a society that excels in freedom and justice, tolerance and compassion, so that it may be a force of righteousness and peace in the life of humanity. And we're going to say the Mishe Berach all together. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless all our brothers and sisters of the house of Israel, who enter synagogues to pray and to give aid to those in need. May the Holy One, to whom all praise is due, hear their prayers and help them fulfill their aspiration for good. And do we want to say a prayer? Do you know some people who are unwell at the moment? No? Do you know some people who need maybe a prayer for healing? Okay, let's say that, we think, I don't know if it actually, God is coming with paracetamol and heal people, but it's all about bringing, the energy we have to the people who know who are unwell. So let's read together, middle of page 135. Eternal God, we thank you for the gift of life and for the healing powers that you have implanted with our creatures. Sustain, we pray, and you can name people now you want to remember. And all our loved ones through this time of illness, grant them courage and strength to endure pain and weakness. Teach us how to best help them by our love and care for them and by our own composure. May they and all who are ill know that you are with them, comforting them and reinforcing their will to get well. May their affliction soon be ended, and may they return in health to family and friends. And lastly, we're going to say together the prayer for the state of Israel on page 135. Eternal God, our rock and redeemer, grant blessing to the state of Israel, created to fulfill an age-old dream and to be a haven for the oppressed. Inspire its leaders and citizens with faithfulness to the aims of its founders, to develop the land for the benefit of all its inhabitants, and to implement the prophetic ideals of liberty and justice. May they live in harmony with one another and in peace with their neighbors, and cause to come true once more the ancient vision. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, u'devar Adonai mirushalayim. Can I have my ark openers coming back? So we have the bottom of page 136. I'm afraid we have to stand. Okay? And if you, open the ark. כי לקחתו נתתי לכם תורתי אל תעזובו. עץ חיים בי למחזיקים בה ותומכי יסוד מאושר. דרך נועם דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva chadesh yameinu kekedem chadesh yameinu Brilliant, thank you. Thank you for your help. I remember now what to do. Thank you. So before we conclude our service, I just wanted to stress what I said earlier about actions have consequences. And one of the things you learn in as well when you go to LJY-Netzer is the notion of responsibility, to be responsible for your lives, responsible for your acts. And ultimately, we have a choice. We can choose to do things. It's already written in Torah. You can choose to do your life. But you have also to remember that your choices will define your life. So you have to be very attentive of making the right choice in your life. And places like KLS or places like LJY-Netzer give you the tools to understand how to make good choices in life. I can reassure you, we all make bad choices sometimes. And that's part of a learning as well, because life is about learning. Certainties are, we would like to have certainties and to be sure that all the choices we make are the good ones. But, when we make mistakes, we also learn about life. Life is a learning curve. So next Shabbat, Friday evening, Russell will lead the service. So he promised a short 5 minutes, no, 30 minutes with a good Var Torah, I'm sure. Next Shabbat morning, there's the Liberal Judaism biennial somewhere in Daventry, so wherever it's somewhere. I mean, I've been there. It's a very nice place. It's completely remote and. But there is a very nice hotel. So I will be there, and a few people from Kiel. I know you'll be there, Jess, as well. So the service will be streamed from the biennial. So we really encourage you to, for those who are not coming to the biennial, you can watch online the service, which will be led by several people. And I can't remember the timing. I think it's 11. 9 o'clock. Gosh.
If you follow my IC, you can still be
Yeah.
Just your face.
And you can blur the background, so we won't see that you're still in bed. Yeah. So, and I think it's nice to be able to join other Liberal Jews, and especially now we have all these questions about bringing together Reform and Liberal, which it's kind of it's going to take some time to really figure out how we want to do this without losing our own identity. And so this is one of the things that will be discussed during the biennial, among many other things. So there will be a service, but it will be streamed. In a couple of weeks, so it's Shavuot. The festival of Shavuot starts on Thursday. Anyway, it's in the newsletter. I can't remember. Yes. So Friday evening, Rebecca and the choir will have a Friday evening Shavuot themed service, and after that, I will lead a study session on Jewish spirituality. If you want to come along after the service, I'm not going to do an all-night study. I used to do this when I was young, but no, I can't anymore. So unless I have loads of cheesecakes, but I can't do this anymore. So in a way, I'm stuck. So this is my choice. Either I eat cheesecake and I feel really bad the day after, or I go to bed and I feel a bit guilty. But you have to wonder. So there will be something here at KLS for Shavuot as well. We will be joining, Thursday evening we'll be joining the Ark Synagogue online, so I will also lead a session with them. And again, you can come in, so we do things with other synagogues, which is good to see. And then slowly we're getting towards the summer. Any other things?
Just one more thing. This week there's a new discussion group which Brian is leading.
Yes. Tuesday evening.
What are you discussing, Brian?
Is it ever right to lie?
That's a very interesting question.
That's Tuesday evening.
Tuesday evening, yes. 7:30.
And René has been good enough to organise the Zoom session. So
Is it tack, and that's done? Yeah. So if you want
to do it on Zoom, but you need to let me know so
Yes.
that he can send it to you.
Yes. And it's usually very interesting because there are things that come up we never thought about it. That's the power of being together and discussing. That's the Jewish way, the chevruta, the Jewish way of learning together, because one person cannot hold all the answers. And 2 people, 3 people is more than just 1 + 1. It's 1 + 1 = 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's really what's important. Okay, enough from me now. Jess, do you have a final song for us? Are you happy to lead the final song?
I can.
Yeah, anything that you like?
I don't know what you all know. Like what?
Yes, we know it. Yes, yeah. Okay, so we're going to say the Kaddish first, and then the Tree of Life led by Jess. So I will ask you to stand, please. And on this Shabbat, we remember Lawrence Scott Washington, the father of Daniel Washington. And yesterday we had a group of German students coming from the city of Freudenthal in West Germany, and they're trying to revive, not the Jewish community because there are no Jewish community anymore, but trying to revive the memory of the synagogue. So we are going also to include into our prayers the Jews of Freudenthal who are no longer with us. And do you have any other names you would like to remember? Doreen King, who was buried yesterday. Sorry? Doris Joseph, okay. And tomorrow afternoon we will do the tombstone, how's it called again? Stone setting for Doreen Pfeiffer at 2:30 here. Zichronam livracha, may the memory be a blessing, and we say together, Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba, be'alma divarach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעלם לעלמי עלמיה. יתבהר וישתבר ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ביחתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. ועושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל בני אדם, ואמרו אמן. Please be seated for one last time. Where is it in the Chiron? Is it in the...
Page 75 in the Torah.
75. The tree of life, to them to hold fast to him, always to Torah. Shalom, 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 shalom. The tree of life to them who fast to him. Happy is the tree of life, the birds give fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Brilliant, thank you, Jess. Can I ask all Beiteinu students to come up now here? And anyone who had a birthday the past month, a birthday coming up. So let's go under the talit, which is also used for chuppah, but it's not your chuppah, it's just your talit. Anyone has a birthday? No? Okay. Yesimecha Elohim, Yesimecha Elohim, Yesimecha Elohim, Kehefcha Michmon Asher, Yesimech Elohim, Yesimech Elohim, Yesimech Elohim, Kosar Ifar Helveleha, come on here please. No. Abby, gosh, Abby, why do you rubble? No, you don't want. You don't want a blessing from the rabbi. I'm really, really hurt. יברך אדוני וישמרך, יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה, יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, and thank you. And again, thank you, Jess, for being here today. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, it's time for Kiddush now. Yay, Kiddush. Challah.
Leftover cake, yeah.
Oh.